Hey everyone, my name is Gary Havelka. I'm with Kolpin Outdoors, and today we're going to put together and assemble our Storm Chaser push tube and blade assembly onto a ATV. Okay, now that you can see we have everything available here to put together our Storm Chaser push tube assembly. Okay, now that we have the bracket attached to this hinge plate right now, what we're going to do is I put the bolt through the hinge plate along with the nut on top of it. You'll also have, what you see here is the little bracket for the spring assembly to hold the lever onto it. You also have a spacer here that goes in between, as you can see here, in between the plate and the bar assembly. So we're going to put that together and put a nut on it. Now you can see that we're able to tighten up these parts of the hinge plate and bracket assembly. So what we're going to do is I'm not going to tighten it up all the way. I'm just going to snug everything up a little bit here so it's all ready to go. I'm going to take my spring assembly here. Now is the best time to do this while everything's still a little bit loose here, and get the spring assembly mounted to the arm and to this little plate here. Sometimes it can be tough, so what I've suggest doing is either using a plier, or what you can do is actually loosen this back up here, attach the spring to the bar itself, and then just pull it on over. It will take a little bit of force to get it on there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and tighten these up on this particular unit, it should be 17 foot-pounds. Every unit has a little bit of different specification on it, so look at your owner's manual to see what the specifications should be. Okay, now we're going to push the push tube up to the blade assembly and grab these two bolts, and we're going to mount it to the blade itself. Okay, we're going to take the blade stop assemblies and mount them to the hinge plate itself. As you can see, we have one on each side. Put the hole towards the bottom, and then you take your nuts and you put them on. This portion here, we can actually tighten up and to specification. Now we can go ahead and tighten up the lower blade mount bolts also. These you want to tighten up to the manufacturer specifications. On this particular unit, it's about 17 foot-pounds. Now we're going to take the spring assemblies, mount them to the blade itself, and then we're going to mount them to the push tube assembly. So what we're going to do is we're going to take each spring, we're going to mount them onto the blade assembly itself, and just let them hang there for right now. And then we're going to take our eye bolts and get them on each spring and get them mounted to through the hinge plate itself. Here you may need a assistant to help you get the spring through the hole. As you can see, there is tension on there from the stopper already. Okay, so now that you can see that we have the springs attached through the eye bolt to the hinge plate, we're just going to adjust them up and tighten them up roughly about 10 to 12 turns each for now. So now you can see we're here by the machine now. I've removed the lower skid plate to have easier access to get the U-bolts around the frame assembly to mount the plate assembly to the machine. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the plate up to the tube assembly and get it ready to bolt on. Now that we have our push tube assembly and blade attached to the push tube, we're now going to mount it to the machine itself from underneath to the mounting plate. Now that's all we do is line up the push tube holes with the attaching mounting lips, lift it up, and push the pin through the hole. Now that our plow assembly and our winch assembly are mounted to the machine, that's all we have to do is hook up our cable to the plow, hit our winch button to lift it up, and you are now ready to plow. Some additional features that this plow has is it has different angles that you can plow at just by simply pushing the trip lever forward, and you can lock it into different positions as you see fit for plowing snow. We've now completed our installation of our Kolpin Storm Chaser plow assembly. If you need any other assistance, feel free to contact us at customer service@kolpin.com.